Alright, so we're back here for match 3. We're in the 1-1 sewers. Game 1, we didn't deserve to win. Or match 1, rather. We didn't deserve to win because we played very bad. And we were... I don't remember how lucky we were, but I feel like we were probably pretty lucky. Match 2, we played bad and summarily got whomped, so that happens sometimes. But, you know, that's okay. I'm here to learn. Trying to have a good attitude. I usually try to keep a good attitude when I play Magic Online. Sometimes it can get a little bit frustrating, but I try to keep a pretty good attitude. If I do poorly, I'm here to learn from my mistakes to improve. I mean, I can understand if you're trying to play Magic Online for a living, that it could be really frustrating to lose to things that you feel like are not your fault, or to like you get a logic knot misclick play thing like 4 times in a row, and you could be really frustrated. But I'm just trying to keep my attitude good, chill, happy, because I'm here to learn, improve. I'm not a perfect Magic player. It'd be pretty sweet if I was, but obviously I'm not, and we're just trying to get better. And it's funny because I decided to record Bomat Courier. What decks play Bomat Courier? I think some people play Bomat Courier and Burn, but I don't remember very well. It's like a abnormal thing for my opponent to be playing. But he's probably playing Burn with Bomat Couriers, and it would be my guess. And I'm going to play the Wall of Omens instead of the Search for Azcanta, because I smell Burn. And so, yeah, okay. I want to be able to block with my Wall of Omens as soon as possible. It's good that we draw 1 Wall of Omens against Burn. But I was saying, it's funny that I decided to record my first ever Magic video, like right now, when I haven't played the game in months. Like since, what is it now? It's September now. It's the middle of the end of September, and I have not played since the middle of July. There was a Team RPTQ that I played in, and it's bizarre that I decided this was the time. You know, okay, I'm gonna play the Search for Azcanta here because I am just all kinds of not even rust. I'm just bad, just really bad. I would be so ecstatic if my opponent Rift Bolts my Wall of Omens here, but I would imagine he can figure out where he should point that. Now, we'd prefer my opponent not to have land Searing Blaze here after I block, but if he does, that's okay. I guess that's a reason I should path his guy before my Wall of Omens takes damage. And so, in the olden days with the blue-white deck, Burn was a very, very close matchup, and I had 4 copies of Wall of Omens, which is surprisingly very good against Burn, because it just gains you like incidental points of life against their Goblin Guides and their creatures, which are pretty good against you, because your removals, Path to Exile, and Wraths. And so 4 Wall of Omens was like really helped the Burn matchup, and it still felt really close and in the Burn matchup's favor, because you just give them so much time to draw so many Burn spells that they're going to kill you every single time. And obviously, it's still pretty close. Like, it's like 45-55 at worst, I think, in their favor with the 4 Wall of Omens. But I don't know how it is with this deck, because this deck has a bunch of Terminuses and different cards, so I have no clue if it's better or worse. I am going to path his guy here. I guess I should have done it before he exiled a card underneath it, because if he has... Well, maybe I just block. Maybe this is stupid. But I don't know. I don't really want to make his Searing Blaze live, especially on a turn that I think he would want to play it. Yeah, I'm just going to path this guy. Also, I'm going to need to kill this eventually, because it's going to get out of hand when he starts playing all the cards in his hand, so I'll just do it now. It stinks giving him a mountain, but I'll do it. Okay, so there's an Eidolon. Eidolon is pretty good against me. No, I'm actually going to keep the path. We're going to path the Eidolon here at some point. Not just yet. We're not just going to fire off Path to Exile right now. But if he just passes the turn, I'm probably going to path his Eidolon. If he plays something and attacks, I'm probably going to path his Eidolon. I don't think it's particularly likely we get to the point in the game where he's locked out of his own Eidolon. Okay, well, we're going to run back the same thing as last game. Except I will block first this time, and then I'll do it after he passes priority to me in the declare block step. just in case he like he fires. And I mentioned this a second ago that I don't like to play like my opponent's going to misplay, but now I'm concentrating that by giving him the opportunity to, like, maybe he fires off his Searing Blaze before combat damage goes through and I get to blow him out, but I don't know. I think I just block. It's unlikely he has anything that has anything to do with it. Blocking, that is. At least before damage. He doesn't have like a destroy target blocking creature. I'm sure that's a card. I'm not really sure. Oh, he's double Searing Blaze. Jeez. This better be double Searing Blaze. Or maybe he's just cashing in his Searing Blaze for damage to me right now when he knows he has landfall. That's also potentially a thing, but I would think he'd want to slow roll Searing Blaze against the Wall of Omens to be able to kill the Wall of Omens with a Goblin Guide later. Okay, so he's just cashing in his stuff for damage. I'm going to cast an Opt. And we are going to bottom Field of Ruin. No. I would not like to cast Terminus here. I could have revealed it for extra value. Something I should consider is setting up the draw, like putting a stop on my draw steps so my opponents don't know every single time I draw a Terminus, but I don't know. I don't think that's particularly relevant. I would like to put Island in my graveyard, yes. That doesn't seem like a very good card here. Okay, Cryptic's okay. Cryptic's like a gain 3. We're gonna see if we can't make it this whole game without cracking this Flooded Strand, which is almost 0% because we're probably gonna have to draw a land and flashback this Cryptic command, but until I have to spend the mana, this Flooded Strand is staying as a Flooded Strand. Also, I guess that's generally just good because of Jace the Mind Sculptor and you want to Brainstorm and Flooded Strand. Okay. Sometimes it's good to counter the burn spells like early rather than later, so that way you're not just held dead to rights having to hold a counter spell up in your hand the entire game. And now that I say it, I should have done that right there, but I guess I'm just not good. I'm going to put this Glacial Fortress in my graveyard. Path to Exile is okay. I'm probably going to path my Wall of Omens. Maybe not, so I don't get hit by Goblin Guides, but I have a Snapcaster for Goblin Guides and a Terminus. Ooh. Yeah, I'll counter Lightning Helix. I probably should have countered the Lava Spike. And I imagine there's no potential way that I'm not just dead. I might actually just be dead right now. Okay, well, we're at 1, so Flooded Strand is no longer a card. I drew Terminus just for the Rubbins. Okay, we're dead. It probably would have been faster for me to just like hit F6 than it would have been for me to right-click Concede. So against Burn, I think I want Spell Queller because I imagine he's going to take out his Searing Blazes. I think I want Click because I want a way to pressure him. I kind of want Verdict. I definitely don't want Surgical Extraction. Spoiler alert. I want these cards. I think I want Oust because it's a removal spell. And also I can randomly use it on my own guys. That's kind of cute. Probably won't happen, but it's probably... That's like a thing that makes it good enough. Jace is pretty poor against burn decks, I feel. You don't want to have too many counter spells, but you definitely want some. Like, counter spells are pretty good against burn decks, but you can't beat them with just counter spells. Like, if your hand is like 3 lands and 4 counter spells, they're still just going to freaking kill you. You can counter every spell they play, and then you'll draw 20 cards and they'll kill you. I mean, that's not always the case, but you need something to go with your counter spells. You need some way to either pressure them or, like, secure an advantage. So, let's see, what are we doing here? How are we doing this? Jeez. Oh, I'm going to cut Ancestral Vision, as I am want to do, apparently. I do it every single game. I'm going to cut the Teferis. Maybe Jace is better, or Teferi's better than Jace, because Jace dies easier. Let's cut 1 Jace and 1 Teferi. And let's cut a... Jeez, man, this deck does not have a lot of ways to kill Eidolon of the Great Rebels. Let's cut a Terminus. Jeez. God, I'm going to get walloped. I'm going to cut a Search for Azcanta. I'm going to cut a... And is Spell Queller even good? I think it is. I think it's fine. I'll try it. I haven't ever played Spell Queller on my sideboard. I've considered it, but I wasn't ever comfortable enough with when the card's good and when it's not. I'm going to cut an Opt, a Cryptic Command, I'll cut a second Cryptic Command. Cryptic Command's kind of sneaky against burn. I'll cut another Terminus. I'm going to cut a... Let's cut a Click. Well, no, I want Click. Let's cut a... Jeez, I'm really not sure. Huh. Alright, I'm going to cut a Logic Knot and a Vendilion Click. I think that's wrong. I think I should have left in both the clicks just to pressure my opponent. They're like really good against... They're not really good against Eidolon, but pressure my opponent's a real thing. Okay, well this hand has a Timely Reinforcements in it, so we're going to keep it. We're probably going to get Skull Cracked, but that doesn't mean that my Timely Reinforcements isn't good enough. Also, we're on the play. Yeah, we're going to keep this in. Of course, play Calling It on turn 1. Gives you sweet F8 value. It's like the land that has to come to play tap, so you should just play it on turn 1. Get attacked by Goblin Guide. What did we show? Oh, showed Settle the Wreckage? Man, that's embarrassing. I'm going to play this Plains. Now he knows about the Settle. That's the only reason you have it in your deck against this opponent. Like, against the burn deck, is to sometimes get him. Eidolon. Ugh, that's okay, we're just going to Timely this turn. Like, yeah, I'll take damage off Eidolon for the Timely, but I'm still going to make 3/1/1s. 3/1/1s are pretty good. Okay, we're going to play Glacial Fortress, and it's like Windmill Slam this Timely Reinforcements as fast as we can. My opponent does not have Skullcrack up, so we're casting Timely Reinforcements. That's generally the formula. Now, we're going to triple block pretty much whatever my opponent attacks with. If he attacks with both, we may not triple block. We'll probably just double block the Eidolon. Okay, yeah. Here we're going to double block the Eidolon and then single block the Goblin Guide. Because I would love to catch in these 1/1s for life points. Now, like a line that's technically legal is to, like, not kill the Eidolon, but I don't think that sounds really bad to me. Am I going to play Settle this turn? So, like, the rationale here is I could like, if I don't think I'm going to play Settle this turn, I can play Colonnade, and if I play the Colonnade this turn, it's potential I could get through this entire game without cracking this Flooded Strand. But if I don't play Colonnade this turn, I probably want to tap out, or I almost certainly want to tap out next turn for Teferi, and so it involves me activating this Flooded Strand to play this Teferi next turn, for sure. I could draw an untapped land, obviously. But so, I think the potential that he just plays a haste guy and I want to have Settle up, even though he knows about it, is big enough that I'm willing to take the 1 point off the Flooded Strand, almost certainly. And if he like taps out, I'm gonna play Snapcaster Timely next turn rather than Teferi. But if he just has if he has 2 mana up for Skullcrack, I'm at 20. I don't really need this Timely. I'm just gonna play Teferi while it's like I'm in a billion life, and I feel like I'm in a very commanding position this game. I imagine I'm gonna get Boros Charmed or Bolted here some, but I'm feeling good. My life total is big. It's gonna go down, but he only has 4 cards. And I don't know the exact number for the average amount of damage that each card does in their deck. It's probably like 2.7 or something. I don't know how you factor in creatures into that too, if you want to count average damage. But I usually just think like, well, 4 times 3 is 12. So he probably can't do much more than 12. Like, he could obviously have Boros Charms too, but more than likely one of the cards is not a burn spell, so... So we're getting Boris Charmed. We're going to 16. This Goblin Guide's probably not going to hit me. I don't know what would have to happen for the Goblin Guide to hit me, for me to not either path it or settle the Wreckage It. I'm probably going to settle the Wreckage It. Okay, we're going to go to 13. Okay, we're going to settle the Goblin Guide. And maybe it's like, oh, it's lame to just settle the one Goblin Guide, and also settles a way to kill Eidolon without taking damage, but... ooh, we got a land? Nice. I always like drawing cards off Goblin Guides, unless I'm getting like Toil and Troubled or something, but I don't think anyone's ever played that card in Modern, or Sudden Impact as anyone who's not started playing right when Return or Ravnica was a thing would call it. Okay, we're at 10. Maybe I do Snapcaster Timely here. I drew a Dispel though. That makes me feel really comfortable to just play this Teferi. Jeez. Because next turn, I can play Snapcaster Timely with Dispel up. Okay, I'm just going to play Teferi. I think that's better here than trying to... And obviously, if I know his hand is like Bolt, 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 I play Snapcaster Timely 10 out of 10 times. Maybe not 10 out of 10, but I play it most of the time. But I really don't want to get my Timely Reinforcements flashback Skullcracked if I can avoid it. So we're just gonna, like, you know, slow roll the Snapcaster Timely, especially since I drew Dispel, and next turn I can go Snapcaster Timely with Dispel up. Okay, so he has a Swift Spear. That's fine. I'm gonna path it, but we're gonna let him play spells post combat. We're gonna path the Bomat Courier rather, not the Swift Spear. I lied. All right, Mr. Bomat Courier, get out. Go away. And we are probably dispelling any instant that he plays here. If he plays a, I don't know, give this guy first strike and doesn't have any other effects. I don't know. I can't think of an instant that he would play here that I wouldn't counter. And all of them are cards that he won't play. I'll counter literally any instant that he plays here. Oh, I have priority. God, I'm a Dumbo. Well, he had priority. I was like sitting here playing with my Zoom key. Alright, so here... Man, Snapcaster's so stinky with Timely Reinforcements, I'm not going to get any 1/1s, but that's okay. So we're going to play this Flooded Strand. And we're going to play Snapcaster Mage. And we're going to target Timely Reinforcements. Then we're going to cast Timely Reinforcements with intent on dispelling Skullcrack, if he has a Skullcrack. Which, I'd say there's like at least a 50% chance he has a Skullcrack. It wouldn't surprise me. Okay, so he is Skullcracking us. Or maybe he's just playing something that deals 6. We're going to activate this for an island. It's slightly unfortunate that I had to collect the Flooded Strand, but that's not a real concern. We're going to dispel the Skullcrack. And then we're going to plus Teferi. I guess I should have plus Teferi before all this, but I actually think I'm going to -3 Teferi here. No, I'm going to plus Teferi. I have a Snapcaster to block this guy. I'm going to untap these two. So we drew another Timely Reinforcement. It's just for the rub-ins to our opponent. Grim Lavamancer. That's a pretty good card against me, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough here. Actually, if I could choose my opponent to draw any card in his deck, it may have been Grim Lavamancer, because now I get to get 1/1s off my Timely Reinforcements, and that's just like super good. And we're probably going to path the Grim Lavamancer after our Timely resolves, because this card is real good. It's real good. God, I'm playing so slow. I've been playing so slow for these matches, these games. It's really bad. I need to not. I'm going to play this colonnade. Well, I guess I'll play Timely before the colonnade. Also, I could have fielded ruined him, but I'm not really super worried about fielded ruining him. You know, I'm going to attack him with this Snapcaster too. Yeah, I should have done all these things post-combat if I'm attacking with the Snapcaster. But we gotta get him at some point, you know? So might as well start getting him now. We're going to untap these two. I do not have a stop in my end step. I do want one. Because I want to path his guy here before it goes to his turn. But, oh, I guess I could have just done it. He doesn't have any cards in hand. Because my rationale was to do it on the end step was that I want to be able to spell Queller at all times. But then I realized, wait, my opponent doesn't have any cards in his hand. I'm being too cute. I should just cast my path and F6 and then untap my lands and be able to cast Spell Queller still. Okay, he taps out because he was really dead. Now, winning on the draw against Burn is really, really, really hard. So I think I'm going to bring the Terminuses in because that's a potential way to do so, is to like Miracle Terminus. I think Settler Wreckage is a lot worse now that he saw it. I think Teferi's probably too awful on the draw. But maybe I'm too light now on ways to win. Well, Vendilion Clique, Spell Queller, and Lyra Dawnbringer are ways to win. Maybe Search for Azcanta is really bad, but with the Terminuses in my deck, though. But I don't really have time to go, like, turn 2 Search for Azcanta and then try to find a Terminus with it. That's just not enough. I have to Terminus, like these Terminuses have to pretty much be naturally miracled for them to be good enough. That's the rationale of me bringing them in. I'm going to cut the last Cryptic Command, I think, for a Teferi. Cryptic Command is just like, I mean, yeah, a lot of the times it's going to be really, really good against Burn, but it's just cost 4, and man, you're already dead by the time you can play something at cost 4. I mean, that's the same thing for Teferi, but Cryptic Command doesn't end the game, it just like prolongs the game at that point, whereas Teferi slams the door shut pretty quick once you wrested control from your Burn opponent, which I don't think is likely to happen. I think this matchup is pretty bad without Wall of Omens in the deck. But we will see. Or we won't see, but we will, like, we won't decide for sure whether or not it is, but we'll get a little bit of information as to whether it's bad without Wall of Omens in the deck or if it's still close. And obviously, you just want to draw your timely reinforcements every single time. Okay, spoiler alert, my opponent's probably going to go first. Just to make you guys aware. If I were him, I would go first. Ooh, this is a spicy meatball. We're not going to keep this hand. I'm going to make sure that I'm moused with the mulligan button and not the keep button. I really wouldn't want to misclick. This hand is not good, but probably good enough. I get a scry and I have an opt and like a mana leak. He kept 7, right? Yeah. Ugh, this is bad. Yeah, I'll keep this in. And I have my 1 Wall of Omens too, which is pretty good. Dispel. What do I do with Dispel? Huh. That's tough. I'm going to bottom Dispel. That might be bad, but I need lands and timing reinforcements, not Dispels. Like, counterspells they're fine. They're all fine against Burn. They're like gain 3s, but again, like, if you're just playing counterspells, you're not going to win. If you're missing your land drops, you're really going to not win. At least, I think you're really going to not win. Lyra Dawnbringers, that's a card. I guess I'll opt next turn. I'll do it on his turn, even though it doesn't matter here at all. Like, if I opt on his turn, there's some chance I accidentally do it after the Eidolon or something. Ooh, Terminus, get out. Go away, Terminus. I don't want you. Okay, well, we're going to need to draw a Plains or a Glacial Fortress. Like, Colonnade might actually just be too slow here. Okay, well, I think we're dead. Unless my opponent just has, like, nothing ever again, and I draw 2 White Horses to play Lyra Dawnbringer. That's how we win this game. So we need him to never have anything again for the rest of this game. Like, in his hand, it should be all air. And, yeah. Things are not looking good for me. It's not looking good for Team Me. Alright, well, we drew a Hallowed Fountain, so that's a start. Do I shock myself? Probably not, because playing any of these cards is like a gain 2, and I'm not going to take 2 to do that, because I can just play the gain 2s next turn. Although maybe I should have played the Wall of Omens because I'm constrained on white mana, so I could play Oust next turn. I don't know. I'm of the opinion that I just tried not to cast too many spells into Eidolon if I have the choice. Like if I can avoid casting spells into Eidolon, I generally try to do so. Yeah, maybe I should have ousted the Eidolon. Maybe that was really bad. I don't know. Alright. We're just incredibly dead. What could I have done better this game? I could have ousted the Eidolon on this turn. I could have mulliganed to 5, of course. That's always an option. I think my hand was good enough for a mulligan to 6, because I had the Opt. Man, Opt is a lot worse than Serum Visions, man. It's so bad. I remember back when this card was spoiled to be in Rivals, and people were like, oh man, this is going to be, which is better, Opt or Serum Visions? And people didn't know. I didn't know. I was like, man, that's Opt is an instant, it's better with Snapcaster, and then I played with it, and I played with Serum Visions a lot in my life, and I was just like, wow, geez, oh my god, this card's horrible. Serum Visions is really good. Opt is mediocre. It's a lot worse. Okay, what do we got? We need a Plains or something. Jace. Jace is probably not good enough, but I think we're going to play Jace this turn, and we're going to bounce the Eidolon, because we just need to draw a Plains and cast this Lyra Dawnbringer, or like draw Timely. And Jace does not make me take damage off Eidolon, stops the Eidolon from attacking. So we're just trying to get it out of here. Get it back into his hand. I imagine I'm just dead. Yeah, my opponent is playing my burn spell. His burn spell's during my turn when he has Swift Fury in play, which indicates to me that I'm like really, really dead. That he didn't even worry about getting the extra point of damage, because I'm just like so catastrophically dead that he's like, well, I don't need the extra point of damage because my opponent's just dead, so I don't need to even worry about it. I don't think he like did that inadvertently and misplayed. I think he actively made the decision, looking at his hand, like, yeah, I don't need to play this now. He's really, really dead. Like, it doesn't make a difference. And so he decided to play it later, which is probably correct. So we got whomped. We're 1 and 2. We're in the sewers, even deeper. It's embarrassing, but hey, that's who I am. So we'll be back for match 3 in a moment.